You think I would even so much as even hug a policeman? Even put my DNA on his shoulder? Wild. You're dancing with the same policeman that has just roughed up your brother. Okay. No. You're stupid.
So can you please tell me why you're stopping me, please?
I've already explained to you everything, and if you want the footage of that, it's all recorded.
What's your name, sir?
Your account, to account for your presence in this station.
What's your number? What's your back number?
232-280, accounts tourism team.
And you need to tell... So you gave me this leaflet,
That's right.
keep safe. I literally just come out of Sainsbury's. You guys know me very well. Very, very, very well. I'm being stopped on account of what? I've been flagged up. So in the presence of what? Where are we? In Paddington? Am I deemed as a threat? Do you classify me?
I never said you were a threat. You're
No?
not a threat. We're just asking you to account for your presence and your behavior.
So I need to account, a whole me need to account for my presence in Paddington Station. Why? Because I've been flagged up. There's so many people in Paddington Station, you know. I'm the only one that's been flagged up.
Can I have your driving license, please, sir?
What do you guys think? Should I give him my details? And I've got a train.
Obviously, evidently, it's not as bad as in America. Like, I think that goes without saying. Like,
only because we're not getting. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's not as much because I don't know. I don't want to say it's not as bad because I genuinely don't know. So I can't say yes and I can't say no. I don't know.
I mean, just in terms of the relations, in terms of the people, the culture. In America, it's been a very long.
Okay.
Like NWA were doing "fuck the police." Do you know what I mean? You know, and it's something that's continued within black culture and youth culture ever since. It's kind of cool to not fuck with the police. And obviously us in London, the UK, we're heavily influenced by American culture. So people who aren't from the streets and who haven't had problems with the police, they have that fuck the police narrative in their mind because of popular culture.
You think I would even so much as even hug a policeman? Even put my DNA on his shoulder? Wild. You're dancing with the same policeman that has just roughed up your brother. Okay. No. You're stupid.
I think under the current climate right now, the youth and the police are not in cohesion at all because there's just been so much death starting at the top of this year where it seemed like everyone was just dropping off. Every day you would hear something bad about a youth being stabbed and killed, this, that and the third. Now, that's definitely created some tension on the police to try to act. Not to say that the proceeds of what now has happened has led into a positive manner because it just seems like they're just interrogating any and everyone that is black.
In the UK, we've got a lot softer police than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
Like a lot softer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Teddy bears.
The police here are so scared to do anything. I mean, we kick and scream, cause a lot of the people on road are like hard, you know. But I do think that when you look at police brutality, like as in brutalization of people, and I'm just speaking from my own experience. I'm just saying like, yo, I've been when I was in the States, like the issues are just so much more real. Me and my boy got stopped by police, and then we got literally almost immediately like we didn't have a ticket for a bus, just a ticket for a bus. The lady was about to put us in handcuffs within 5 seconds of us we hadn't even gone to tell her her name, our story, just no ticket, cool. Turn around the cup, she got out her handcuffs. We were like, I was screaming, fam. I was like, yo, I'm not from here. What's going on? Like, okay, I get you.
But in terms of the actual relations with young people and police in this country, it's non-existent, fam. Like, we don't fuck with the police, they do not even fuck with us.
The thing is, the police they keep fucking with us.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I agree with you 100%. I don't think, the thing is though, I feel like the police aren't trying hard enough to make a positive effort with the black youth. And because I don't see why the victims have to make most of the effort. So I'd say, but we do. So we try to teach young generation like what the police are there for and how to interact with them. But I genuinely don't believe that the police do the same in terms of coming into our communities and being able to deal with people in our communities. They just come in and they automatically see criminals. They don't see people. They just see that they're there to do a job, and the job is to, I think, to be honest, harass black people.
Me.
Of the feds, man, you pussies, man. You've done
Respectable black man,
you've done some
dark
stuff to
skinned
me.
as well.
You've done some
Well
bad
spoken
stuff
as well.
to me, bruv. And the maddest thing is that I actually don't have a criminal record. There's
No criminal record too.
There's nothing on my
Come
record.
on, come here.
There's nothing on my record, to be fair with you.
Wouldn't write about him though,
I
would
went
ya?
to university, I got a 2-1.
Wouldn't write about him though, would ya?
No. I worked in one.
These Nancys think that they don't exist. They think that we don't even go to uni.
Fam, it's mad. That's why I'm deep in it. I'm thinking, what type of nonsense can I speak about? Oh,
I bet there's so much.
there's so many, man. I remember there was one situation where it was at a club. It was at a club in Nottingham, and the bouncer that was there, you might have been there that day. I think you might have been there that day.
Rah, okay.
At Rock City.
Oh, something going on at Roxy.
When we had madness with the bouncers.
You man got roughed up and kicked out.
Yes.
The white man came in and picked you guys up in his dash.
They picked Andrew.
Yeah.
It was Andrew.
Yeah.
Well, like, out of
that
London
one.
though, innit? Out of London.
It was that
so-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of
that's
London,
when I beat up the security guard, and
Yes,
that's when after
they
they all came for me. Yeah.
Why are you beating up security guards?
Yeah.
It's not how I raised
Yeah,
you.
my sister.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you should beat him up.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because obviously recently with what happened to me with the stop and account thing, I had to account for why I was at Paddington Station, which just sounded so dumb to me. So dumb. Obviously that's on Twitter now. Shout out to the BBC, iNews, World Star Hip Hop, who kind of went viral. And but I think for me was just raising the whole awareness, because I had never heard that law before ever in my life. What is stop and account? To me, that don't make no sense. But under the law of stop and account, they said that if they stop you, you don't have to stay. You don't have to give them your name. You can actually walk away. In that specific moment, because I knew my rights, I didn't know that under that law I was able to do that. Because obviously, what if you see on the video, that one of the police officers was consistently asking for my driver's license, and I was like, I'm not going to give you that. Like, there's nothing of mine that you need of mine that I need to give you. Because I asked him specifically, do I fit any of the profiles of a criminal or a terrorist? He said no. Am I a risk? He said no. So why am I being stopped? It didn't make no sense. And for me, I feel like a lot of the youths nowadays, they need to be aware and just be clued up about the rights that they have as an individual. Now, as a youth, man, I know you're not really caring. You're going to go about your business. All you care about is money, and you're not really going to be focusing on what my rights is. But I feel like it's just to beef up yourself on knowledge and just be aware that obviously the police, that's what they're doing now. If they see you in a public environment, whether it be a station or any Canary Wharf, Liverpool Street, whatever it may be, wherever you are, or even just walking home on a high road or somewhere, and they just see you, they probably just pop out and be like, what are you doing here?
I didn't know we had to get a ticket. Thank goodness there was a black police officer there that like heard my accent. He's like, wait, you lot aren't from here? You guys aren't from here? I was like, no, we're from London. He's like, yo, you need a ticket for the bus. We're like, no, but all the other buses, they're like, no, this bus is different. He had to calm down his lady. He took us to the side. He was like, listen, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Things in the States aren't good with black people right now. We had our sergeant who was shot in the head about half an hour ago, by some gangsters. And like you need to be super cautious here because you basically ain't got no rights. You know what I'm saying? Like if they want to take you down and they think you're the real reason, you're going down. Like you got to keep your head down. You got to make sure you're not visible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas, and you're meant to be an emergency service. So how can I look at you as an emergency service where you've taken your job, you've taken your authority, you've taken your power, and used it just to harass me?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure if they looked at the stats here of people that actually call the police, 1% of them in the country will be black. Even less than 1%, 0.3% will be black people, like, because it's such a stigma. But one thing that you said here that's interesting is like, me personally, I just feel like everyone's a fed.
What do you mean?
Everyone who's not from the culture, from the hood, to me is a fed because they all have this perception of black people. So you see all these white officers, when have you ever seen a white brother from the hood becoming a fed? Like they're not on that shit either. It's the people from all these you know, odd little areas, and they grew up mad differently, and they have that perception of black people that, they're scary, they're aggressive. So they're, whether they're wearing a badge or not, that's how they treat us.
That's how they treat us.
Do you know how many times I've just been around places with my friends and people will call the police on us?
You know what, yeah?
Do you know what?
No, say it properly because you need to say it properly.
No, let me talk about another one. Let me talk about because that one's a bit.
Go for it.
Another one was in university. A cab driver took us the wrong way towards somewhere. He took us the wrong way. I told him, "You are going the wrong way." This guy decided to drive randomly towards another place.
Was it white?
No, he was Asian, actually. The cab driver was Asian. And he decided to drive to the police station.
Oh.
He did, yeah, he drove to the police station. Instead of taking me towards the actual shopping centre that I wanted him to go to, and he took a long way, and I told him, "You're taking a long way so I can pay you more," he decided to keep on driving and go to a police station. And when I asked him to open the door prior to it, because I saw he was going elsewhere, he refused, and the doors were locked. So then eventually the police came. The guy said, "Oh yeah, I was being aggressive," as they do, as they say.
I have no
time. He was being aggressive, he was being violent, this, that, and the third. The police decided to go further and do a search, on my name. So what they've done is that they asked for my name, they asked for my contact details, my address, etc., asked for my license to give it to them. And then after they've done a check and they found out there was nothing on my name, because the guy said to me, he's like, "You haven't got a criminal record,
Good black
do you?"
man.
And I said, "No, I don't."
4 years.
Told him, "No, I don't actually have a criminal record." They went further to say, "Okay, because the guy said you was being violent and aggressive, we have to search you." I went, "What is the purpose for you having to search me?" And the thing was as well, where this police station was, it was on the main bait strip as well of where my university was, like around the university town. And,
I'm just getting angrier by the minute.
I just felt like you're just embarrassing me now. That's the main thing.
Asking you questions, and you just need to know your rights and be like, "Listen, I'm not answering none of these questions. If I'm not a threat, if I don't fit the profile of any criminal, and they're not trying to stop and search you or under that, let me be about my business." And I feel like that's what the youth need to understand nowadays, that obviously they have rights as well. We are human beings. We're not cannibals. We're not animals. Not every black boy out there that has a hood or that wears a tracksuit is committing crime out there. No, we've got bigger things and better things to do with our lives. Some of us do have an education. Some of us are not on the roads. Some of us actually want to be somebody in life. And that's my statement on that. So, lead a revolution.
Be the revolution you want to see. I don't feel like anything's changed. I feel this was the same when we was growing up. I recall wearing a.
Have you been stopped and such?
What?
Look, please zoom in on his face. He's like, "What? How dare you answer that question?"
I remember wearing a Superman hat and a Superman top on Mufti Day. You know, in school where you get to wear your own clothes.
Yeah.
I was outside Sydenham Girls. I remember undercover police coming to me and being like, "I'm part of a gang in Pench."
Where did they get that from?
And then, I don't know. And then the guy asked me, have I been arrested before? And at that time I hadn't. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, sure you haven't."
Dickhead, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So like, they've been targeting young black youth for a long period of time. It's probably just now we have cameras and stuff that to showcase that it's happening, and we have video evidence.
And for me, that's how I keep myself safe. Like every time I step out of my house, I try and wear something that's number one, not gonna make me stand out to somebody who might think I'm one of their ops just because I'm wearing a hoodie. And it's not gonna make a policeman wanna stop me because I look suspicious, you know. And those are the precautions that I take. Just the way I dress, you know, and how I carry myself in this world. And it's really helped a lot. So I guess in America, that's good advice.
Yeah, no, and it is. And it's like, for me as well, I learned that as well. I just learned be low key, fam. Like, and you know, it's hard because some, like, people don't want to have to not answer. It's like the same as women, you know. It's like, why should I have to dress differently to stop them from acting? And I hear that, and I hear you shouldn't have to dress a different kind of way just to not make sure you're not getting searched. You shouldn't have to not be able to hang outside your house just because you don't want to seem like at certain times, just because you don't want to seem probable or whatever. But you must understand, like, the police, they have demographics, they have statistics.
Yeah.
So, and they've got time, they go out. It's like, bruv, if I told you to go fishing, you wouldn't just go fishing anyway. You know
go
the
to
fishing
where
area.
the fish are.
You know the area where it's most
Exactly.
likely to get fish. You know the bait for that type of fish,
Yep.
and you go and look for that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
if you don't want, if you're fit, you know, if you don't want to get caught in that, then you shouldn't go. You shouldn't be in you
the
shouldn't
area
go
where
they're looking.
yeah.
You know, you shouldn't be dressed how they're looking for you to dress. You shouldn't be being in a sus place. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough. Like if you do, but when you do, it's like girls.
It's just such a small price to pay.
It is such a small price to pay. But also when you are in that situation, just don't retaliate. That's the dumbest thing you can do, because do you know how many times I've been stopped by police and just acted super polite?
Yep.
They're gonna kill him again. Now how they fucking kill everyone else? Fucking dickheads are. They're gonna kill him again. They're gonna kill him
Another thing I don't like here, I've seen a million videos of black people getting battered by police. And the narrative I always hear from like the media, white media, and the white commentators is, oh, but we don't know what happened before the video started. Bruv, how could it
escalate to someone getting beaten?
It doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter what happened before. Nobody should be beaten, because at that point, you're clearly restraining them. Like, I saw a video of someone getting battered at Carnival by police in McDonald's, to the extent that the other man them around had to actually kick the police.
Yeah. I saw they were in the corner, innit? And they were like, get off him, get off him.
The way they were on his head,
two people and one person, you know.
On his head.
And it's like, and you can imagine, like, these are two grown men on someone that, and it's not even like, you know, the boy that they're wrestling here, some big guys, like two grown men here, just on this guy, holding him down. Is that even necessary?
Under pressure. So just know that they could also make a mistake and somebody's life could be in danger.
You see when he turned around and pulled out the taser?
Yeah?
He turned around and pulled out the...
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
The one on the left turned around and pulled out a taser. Could you imagine that was a gun?
In America, it would have been a gun.
Like you're doing, you're embarrassing me. The search went as far as me having to like take off my shoes and all sorts, and actually having to get searched like that. And I just felt like, what was the purpose for this? All just because of.
And
me.
you know what? If he kicked off at that moment, because
then
as men, black, white, Puerto Rican, and Asian, you get provoked if someone is like roughing you up or touching you, and you don't want them to touch you. Clearly.
Or the worst is when they end up roughing up friends. There's been situations as well when they've roughed up friends of mine and stuff, and I'm telling them like, get off him, and they say,
yeah,
if you come further,
exactly.
you will be arrested.
So what I'm saying is,
like,
if he kicked off at that moment, what would have happened is you would have been charged or arrested, put in a cell, provoked even further to the point where you then have to lash out, or you then have to just show your frustration in one way or another, and then you get in trouble. So all they're doing is they're just pushing us until we snap. They want us to snap. And if you don't have, it's like as a black person, you have to have control, then extra control, just to get let go.
Yeah. But it's nothing new. I don't see it getting any better. I think we're in a spiral right now where there are, let's say, young black youths who are involved in criminal activity, which are basically given an image of young black boys. So even if you don't do that stuff, if you fit the same way they dress, you will fit that profile, and then police will target you, kind of thing. So it's just like, until
an ongoing cycle.
Yeah, until
that doesn't seem like it's going to end.
Let's say the police stop targeting specific people, and let's say the young black boys that are into that type of activity stop, it's just going to keep going.
Yeah,
that's why.
I think also saying that as well, what's so interesting about it is just being able to conduct yourself when you do get stopped. Like, not everything has to be a hue or why are you touching me up, like, what was so interesting about my footage is that I was only talking directly to one individual, but there was a police officer on my left and there was another police officer on my right. That's 3 policemen. Bear in mind, when I finished recording, another policeman who was black came. So that's 4 policemen on one guy. For what reason?
Oh, they love it.
Bruv, I've been caught with all kinds of things on me. And they'll be like, it's like I remember one time, like this van, like me and my boy were skinning out. And we see some van, and the van's just stopped, and my boy's tapping me like this, and the clock, and I look up, and the van's staring me in the eyes, and I'm like, fuck. So we take the shit. I'm just acting like I'm not trying to make eye contact and shit. Put the shit in the pocket. We're trying to get up. I get up like this because we're trying to bounce. Next thing you know, that police officer has got opened up the door. 3 people have come back.
You hear that slide.
We look behind us and there were 4. So there were 7 of us, or 7 of them that came around us. And they came and we were trying to get up. And they were like, excuse me, please, can you stop? And they were like, yeah, sorry. And then they just asked us. They were like, what do you have? I'm like, literally, what do you have? I'm sorry, sir. I've got weed on me. I've got about this bag over here. I've got this grinder here in my papers. Opened up my pockets, laid everything. I was like, and then they're like, you know, like you can't be doing this. I was like, yeah, but listen, like this is my best friend. I haven't seen him in a long time. I've just come down from uni. It's a lovely day today, and I just wanted to have a smoke. You know, and it was like so like I know that they had to do their job. They obviously got the radar and
But
shit.
they're human.
But they're human, especially in London, like especially in the UK. Like it's such a luxury. I promise you, if I was in Namibia, the country I come from, that would not have happened.
Yeah.
At all. You get caught, you're thrown in a prison. And you're probably beat up by the police and then thrown in a prison where all kinds of madness has happened to you before you even get the question of bail or anything like that. In the UK, get a slap on the wrist. You know, they're so, yeah, cool. But when you escalate, you just bring that back and forth. And
My personal experiences, I could just say there's one experience that I've had. One of my friends in secondary school, we was probably in about, there's 2, but this one's the most important one. We was probably about year 10 or so, and we was coming back from one of my friend's birthday parties, you know, young kids. He had a birthday in like Nando's or something. So on our way back, there's probably about 15 of us, walking on the street, kind of late at night. Cool. Before